Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fro Brian on the TNX network on YouTube.com. Please subscribe today. And today, I'm going to be taking you all into an in-depth interview on the date where, in fact, Pro Wrestling changed forever. June 28th, 2015. A day that'll live in infamy for all of Pro Wrestling as the spit of Sonic X-Men collided with the face of RCC. Now, this event, of course, a lot of you guys probably weren't even here for. You guys were really young, didn't know crap about it. But this was RW Mania. Now, keep in mind, we all had high hopes for this historic event as it was the first of its kind. A 100-man Row Wrestling server. Only dreams would think of something that beautiful. In hindsight, we had our doubts about it, and a lot of our doubts were confirmed. But we didn't understand the sheer willpower and the sheer force it took to make this possible. But at the end of the day, you can't be too unorthodox about how you do certain things. And the scary thing was when we got there, it was already starting. We hopped in the server. It was already about to be 100 people, and uh, take it or not, I was in shock. I was I was just coming off of the Frocast, my Fro Nation, Fro Mania, and it was like the world was mine. Honestly, that night changed my perception of how I saw things in pro wrestling, and I want to tell y'all that no matter what had happened that night, most of you guys that come here now will know because of what we've said here today. And honestly, I I was in shock when it happened. I was behind the scenes when Sonic and Hub planned out walking out on RW, spitting in RCC's face. It was all there, right in front of my fingertips. And I kind of dilly dallied a little bit, and the next night I walked out myself. Now, people to this day will call me a kisser, ass kisser, or a dick rider. And, all I got to say is if you guys had friends like that, you would do the same. But I'm not a dick rider or ass kisser. Let's just keep that clear. I'm a person. I have my own opinion on things. I don't follow the opinion of others. And truly, these interviews that you guys are about to, witness are some of the most heartfelt in pro wrestling. And this was a year in the making right here. This interview. I said I was gonna do it one day. I said I was gonna have Sonic and Hub in a call together, and we were gonna be able to bury the hatchet, tell you all what really happened, so there'd be no more confusion about why they did it or why any of us really did it. And honestly, I hope you all enjoy this because this comes from the heart. This comes from all of our hearts. Like, y'all took time out of our day to do this. And I hope you guys really enjoy and understand where we came from with this, where we go with this. This was the change. This was the boom. This was the era. This was the beginning. Greatness became after this. Greatness became everywhere. The war began. And you can't say that too lightly how the war began, but this isn't a war clan. But the beauty of it all is there was only going to be one Fed standing after this. And we all know who it is, but that was the thought in all of our minds. There was only going to be one Fed standing after this. So today, I want you all to sit back, relax, and take heed to these words as they are of legend. Someone who was young in that time, and I wanted to get his opinion on the matter at hand. So please welcome at this time TNX Tag Team Champion, Mr. Troshak. How you doing, Troshak?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful as it is. Okay, so at this time, I want to ask you, did you attend RW Mania?
Yes, I did.
Did you did you have a match or anything, or did you just
I
go?
actually had two matches.
Two matches. Was that your that was your first Mania?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So, could you explain to me what you saw that night that you would say changed pro wrestling?
Um, all I saw, like, Hub and Sonic, they did their entrances. They were getting ready for their match and everything. The bell was about to ring, and then a bunch of arguing started happening, and I just like lost track of what was going down right then and there.
Okay, okay. So, could you like explain what exactly went down, or
Well, at first, like, RCC, I guess, said something, and that's when Sonic and Hub, started going off on him, and they were taking shots at each other back and forth and all that. And then finally, RCC, like, I guess you would say, like, had enough of it, but I think from my standpoint, I think Sonic and Hub actually had a good point, and then RCC just like kicked them both and started talking trash about them, and that's when this like little war, I guess you could call it, started.
so? Would you consider them in the wrong or RCC in the wrong?
I believe RCC's in the wrong.
Okay, okay. Well, thank you. Of course, that was that was pretty much it for you. I just wanted to
All right,
get
all
what
right.
you felt. So, Templar cut. Joining me next up, two very established superstars, and they were well established at the time of RW Mania in the 20th of June. Um, First, I'd like to introduce the Machine, Cool Astro. How you doing today?
Great, man.
All right. So, but of course, I'm pretty sure you heard, questions I asked Mr. Troshock. But
Yes,
where were you on the event?
I was there. I was in the crowd.
Did you have a match? Did you not? Or
I didn't get a match. This was the time of my commentator days in RWU.
so you were a commentator. So did you commentate the night?
No,
Okay. Did you want to commentate the night?
no, I didn't. I don't really care for RWU. I didn't care about it when this was happening. I was just there to support my friends.
Your friends. Okay. So you were, I saw, I guess, take it you were like a first-hand witness to what RCC had did to Sonic and Hub.
Yes.
How did you feel about that? How did you feel about that moment? Like, were you like, what the fuck are you doing? Or were you like, you're just like, I don't care.
I was pretty hurt, low key. I'm not gonna lie. Because beforehand, to the events leading up to RW Mania, he was treating Lonnie especially very badly, but not as much Hub. Like, Lonnie didn't even get his RW Mania entrance. That boy got jewed out.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
So,
the
like
juice.
he was just acting like a complete jackass to Lonnie, and Hub was just like, I don't care. Is
Yes.
what you're basically saying?
Yes.
Okay. Well, so I take it from what you told me that you believe RCC was in the wrong for the whole situation, and how he handled
Of course.
it was very unprofessional.
Of course.
So do you believe that what Sonic and Hub did that night changed Raw Wrestling?
Yes, because that was the start of TNX versus RW. Well, TNX and what was Hub's Fed? PWR versus RW?
PWH. PWR is
PWH.
also some Sniper Strikes fed. Yeah, sorry. Well, of course,
Don't kill
thank
me.
you. What'd you say?
I hope that doesn't kill me. All right.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me today, Cool Astro. Thank you so much.
You're welcome there.
All right, cut. Joining me now, of course, is another well-established superstar at the time of RW Mania. He has just brought back his Fed RCCW. He is a known legend in Raw Wrestling. His name is Tio Brando, and how are you doing today?
Oh, hello. I'm doing well actually. I just came out of my shell. Now, how are you, Voss?
I'm good.
Okay, great.
Okay, can you answer me these questions? Were you
Okay.
at RW Mania?
Yes, I was.
What were you? Did you have a match, or were you just there for some moral support, or were you
I
commentating?
was I was there in the server with 100 people plus more, and I was in the table commentating. And I was just there with a bunch of other people. I was also in the panel in RW Mania. So yeah, I was there.
You were there. You were there.
Enjoying my time.
Okay, so you were there when the events transpired between RCC, Hub, and Sonic.
Yeah, I was there. I was there when they planned it. I was there when they talked about leaving. I was there when they uh, got kicked out as well. So basically, yeah, I was there.
So you were just on this. You were just basically behind the scenes, behind the whole thing. You knew what was going on.
Oh yeah. I was just waiting for it to happen.
So did you think at any moment this was a mistake, or did you were you down with it 100%?
Look, to be quite honest with you, I didn't really care because that's their life. They do whatever. But how unfair that Sonic was being treated. I mean, I think it was the right thing to do, honestly. I didn't want them to stop, because that Mania was already a bust. It wasn't successful at all. It wasn't great. It wasn't any well deserved of the best pay-per-view, the best Mania ever. It was already a shit dust. So, excuse me. Really, I didn't stop them. I just let them be because RW deserved that, and RCC deserved that humiliation.
Okay. So I believe you heard the other question I asked Cool Astro, but do you think that this single event changed Pro Wrestling?
To be quite frankly, no, it didn't. Honestly, it did not change anything. All it did was basically just started a rivalry that will go on for ages. The Sonic and RCC, I mean, I've seen something like that before. Dylan Brown versus Cena. And it's exactly the same, but this rivalry right here is much bigger because this is like one of the two biggest companies in pro wrestling. And, it's like the thing is like it didn't. I don't think it really changed anything at all, except for TNX. TNX is like now a mainstream trend in pro wrestling. Like it's talked about everywhere. But no, I don't think it changed anything in pro wrestling. Everybody is over exaggerating about that because like nothing has changed in pro wrestling at all. It's still the same to me.
Okay. Well, of course, I thank you for joining me. And I hope you have a nice day.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I hope you have a nice day too, boss.
Alrighty. Cut.
All right.